Summoning Jutsu. The moment Sasuke entered Orochimaru's cave, he was surrounded by white snakes. He slashed each one with his sword, only for a giant serpent to eat him. Sasuke cut through its stomach, Sharingan spinning. "You're stronger than you were during our last encounter," the former Sannin smirked. "Last time we met, I killed you," Sasuke retorted. "Yes, you did. Well, a part of me, anyways. But honestly, I was still surprised when he chose my life over his own." Sasuke frowned in realization. "You took over Kabuto's body?" "Indeed. You see, I was his reason for existing. With me gone, he devolved. Granted, that is what allowed me to return in this state. I trust your new eyes have discovered what that state is." Sasuke had realized. Orochimaru's chakra was different. It wasn't quite the same as the curse mark, or Jugo's original version. It was closer to Naruto's senjutsu. The Uchiha guessed it wasn't from the toads, but rather the snakes. The man's white scales and horns supported his theory. That explains why he can control so many reanimations. Does he need to stay still to gather natural energy, or can he use clones like Naruto? Sasuke's thoughts were stopped by a barrage of snakes from the earth. He changed his chakra into electricity, cutting them all with a quick slash. These snakes felt different when cutting through them. His Sharingan told him they were created from pure chakra, an extension of Orochimaru. Due to still bearing a curse mark, Sasuke knew the risk of a close combat fight. One touch from the man-snake, and he could retake control of it. Jiraiya had done all he could for the Uchiha, placing several seals onto the mark. Unlike Haku, his curse mark had grown too deep, almost impossible to remove, except by the person who gifted it. That was the second risk. But Sasuke realized he had to take them. Otherwise, Orochimaru and his reanimations would continue to be a serious threat. Earth style, fists of rock. Sasuke avoided the volley of stone hands, throwing fire-laced shuriken and kunai. Orochimaru remained still, his chakra snakes taking the projectiles for him. "He can't move then," Sasuke mused. "In that case, I'll throw everything I have at him. Fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Lightning style, Scatter Shot." The blades and orbs of energy were blocked by more chakra snakes, Orochimaru directing a horde at the Uchiha. Blaze style, Amaterasu Stream. Sasuke stared at the man-snake, an arrow of black flames flying at him. It was blocked by a mud wall. Sasuke strengthened his lightning cloak, dashing past the snakes. His blade was blocked by the sword of Kusanagi, wielded by Orochimaru's shadow clone. The blade extended, pushing Sasuke back with each thrust. Fire style, Flaming Palm! Sasuke caught the blade between his palms. Due to his fiery grip, the poison covering the sword was turned to steam. With a rush of strength, Sasuke snapped the blade, much to Orochimaru's shock. He really has gotten stronger. A real shame I couldn't take him as my own, Orochimaru mused. Earth style, Earthquake. Fissures formed along every surface of the cave in an attempt to swallow Sasuke. His lightning was enough to keep him alive, more snakes biting at his ankles. The broken sword of Kusanagi continued to chase him, Orochimaru's clones attacking with powerful taijutsu. Sasuke threw kunai along the walls and pillars. Chidori Stream! The bolts of energy tore through the clones with ease. But Sasuke was no closer to beating Orochimaru. Even with his curse mark, he didn't have endless chakra like the man-snake with senjutsu. He was only wearing himself out. Anko and the others in his squad wouldn't be much help either. Damn it. I need to get close. If I can use my Susanoo to avoid his touch, I should be able to crush him. That or hold him long enough for Amaterasu to kill him. Orochimaru wasn't going to make it easy. He performed a single hand sign, the entire cave pulsing. Sasuke saw the chakra now infused within the earth itself. Spikes, hands, bullets, everything flew towards Sasuke. Chakra snakes now covering the floor. Sasuke summoned several swords from his storage seals, standing on them to avoid touching the ground. Blaze style, sea of black flames. The ground became a black void, Sasuke activating his curse mark. Grotesque wings appeared on his back, allowing him to float above Amaterasu. Orochimaru had finally moved. His lower half was now a snake's tail, which held onto a pillar. Amaterasu is the only real danger you pose, and even that can be blocked. Itachi posed a greater threat even without the eternal Mangekyo, the man-snake taunted. Is that so? Allow me to test that theory. Amaterasu! Orochimaru jumped to another pillar just in time to avoid the black fire. They didn't come from Sasuke this time. He and the Uchiha turned to see a reanimated shinobi standing in the entrance. Itachi's Mangekyo spun, now free from Orochimaru's control. Orochimaru cursed. That pink-haired medic really did set you free. Sasuke dispelled the void of Amaterasu, flying down to join his brother. Sakura freed you? He asked in shock. With a little help? She is an impressive woman, but you knew that already, Itachi replied with a thin smile. He then focused back on their opponent. I'm here now, Sasuke. But even in my current state, I'm not capable of defeating Orochimaru. You have the power thanks to that curse mark I failed to take from you. Use me as you wish, so that Orochimaru can be beaten. I'm disposable now. Sasuke didn't reply, holding back his emotions. He couldn't stop a single tear, however. Orochimaru wouldn't allow him time, a giant serpent dashing at the Uchiha. Itachi stopped it with a Susanoo arm, Sasuke charging at Orochimaru. He caught the blade between his teeth, shattering it before batting the Uchiha with his tail. Sasuke jumped, black flames flying under him. Itachi's eyes bled as he used Amaterasu repeatedly. Wind style, great breakthrough! Itachi was blown to pieces, Sasuke receiving several cuts. The pillars crumbled from the ferocious wind. Orochimaru dashed forward, snakes sprouting from his torso. Sasuke used Chidori, cutting them. Orochimaru performed more hand signs, another wave of energy filling the cave. Itachi grabbed his brother with a Susanoo, retreating from the cave. They needed to bring the fight out in the open. Summoning Jutsu! Giant serpents burst out of the mountain, both Uchiha calling upon their Susanoo torsos. Itachi used his shield to defend while Sasuke used his crossbow to kill each one. They kept coming, Sasuke directing a Chidori arrow at the cave's remains. The blast pushed Orochimaru out, Itachi swinging his sword. Wood style, flowering trees. Massive branches burst out of Orochimaru's back. Itachi's sword was blocked and consumed by the wood. Sasuke cursed under his breath. He hadn't realized the man-snake had Hashirama cells, due to his Sage Mode masking it. This new info made things worse. Blaze style, black arrow. Orochimaru summoned wall after wall, each one burnt away. Itachi attempted to grab him again, only for him to slip out. Wood style, giant forest jutsu. Itachi dispelled his Susanoo, retreating to Sasuke's side. The pillars of wood came alive, transforming into snakes. Sasuke channeled his curse mark's remaining energy into a Susanoo-sized Chidori. "Itachi, I have a plan," he whispered, his brother listening closely. Orochimaru smirked. "The infinite Tsukuyomi shall grant me my greatest desire. Immortality and knowledge of every jutsu to ever be made. Even the two of you won't stop me. Not with what is at stake. Wood style. Deep forest emergence." A tidal wave of trees came crashing down on the Uchiha, Sasuke cutting through them with his Susanoo Chidori. Orochimaru didn't stop there, summoning the boss of serpents, Manda. Sasuke attempted to stop the boss using his own snake contract, but Manda remained loyal to his original master. Sasuke had no choice but to envelop him in Amaterasu. Despite them being eternal, his Mangekyou stung with pain. He couldn't let that stop him, the tree still coming with unstoppable force. Earth style, giant earth bindings. One of the Susanoo arms was chained down, Sasuke's Chidori dispersing. Orochimaru dashed at the Uchiha, one hand turning into a wooden mace. One hit would be enough to break through the Susanoo. Tsukuyomi. Orochimaru stopped dead in his tracks, eyes glazed over. Sasuke smirked. His plan had worked. By breaking his brother's reanimated body, his chakra wasn't easily detected, and with all the wood style the man-snake had used, it made it even harder, even with Sage Mode. The former Sannin now stood in an endless abyss with a blood-red sky. He couldn't move or speak. Itachi appeared in front of him, wielding a kunai. "You are trapped here for 74 hours. During that time you shall experience pain unlike anything. There will be no rest. Prepare yourself." Itachi plunged the kunai into Orochimaru's chest. No blood was seen, but the man-snake still winced in agony. Itachi did it again, and again, and again. Countless strikes blurred into one another. Orochimaru lost all sense of time. 73 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds remain. Orochimaru felt the kunai pierce his skull, his eyes snapping open. He was back in the real world, where only a second had passed. He quickly recovered his strength, looking back up. Tsukuyomi. He locked eyes with Itachi once more, returning to the abyss. More kunai tore through his flesh. Itachi repeated his words. Orochimaru returning to reality. Tsukuyomi. Orochimaru bit back the pain, turning immediately after he regained control of his body. Tsukuyomi. 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 Itachi used his greatest genjutsu again and again. Blood covered his cheeks, but he kept using Tsukuyomi. His reanimated body healed the damage as fast as it came. Orochimaru couldn't escape. Even when he managed to slip past Itachi, he was only met by a wall of black flames. He was forced to turn, meeting Itachi's gaze yet again. Both the Uchiha and the man-snake lost count of how many times Tsukuyomi was used. Sasuke watched, holding back his worry for his brother. Even as a reanimation, there was only so much a mind could withstand. But Itachi ignored even his own mental state. Tsukuyomi enveloping him and Orochimaru for what seemed like an eternity. Sasuke hoped this would be enough to break the former Sannin. Otherwise, it would have all been pointless. Sasuke's musings ended as Orochimaru collapsed. His senjutsu chakra dissipated, his lower half reverting to legs. Itachi fell to one knee, Sasuke running over as his Susanoo vanished. "Did it work?" he asked. "I don't know. He's unconscious, but that isn't enough to undo the reanimation jutsu. He has to either do the hand signs or die," Itachi answered. Sasuke frowned. "I see. Well, unlike Naruto, I'm not against killing. And with him asleep, there will be no better chance." Sasuke drew his sword, ready to slash at the former Sanin's neck. "Wood style, flowering trees!" Sasuke was unable to dodge the barrage of branches coming from Orochimaru's back. Sasuke stared at what was likely his end. "Izanagi!" Sasuke blinked to find himself on the other side of the clearing. He looked to his brother, one of his eyes losing color. It took a moment to realize what had happened. Itachi wasted no time, charging at Orochimaru. The man-snake was back on his feet, rushing through hand signs. "I'm sorry, Orochimaru, but I cannot allow you to live," Itachi shouted. More branches barreled down on the Uchiha, only for Itachi to appear in front of them. Orochimaru realized the same thing Sasuke did, immediately turning to retreat. He found himself staring at Itachi once more, black flames sprouting across his body. On pure instinct, Orochimaru shed his skin, retreating the opposite direction. "Chidori!" Orochimaru caught the lightning, his flesh turning black. He opened his mouth, the broken sword of Kusanagi flying at Sasuke's face. This time, he and Itachi switched places. Itachi's skull impaled by the blade. "Amaterasu!" Itachi grabbed Orochimaru's head, black flames covering both of them. Orochimaru didn't have the chance to scream before his throat was burned away. Sasuke watched in horror. Orochimaru was as good as dead. Itachi along with him. "I'm sorry, Sasuke, but I'm afraid we'll have to catch up in a few decades. After you've lived a long, happy life. No matter what, I will always love you." Sasuke stood frozen, his brother consumed by black flames. A second later, a blinding light filled the clearing. He could see Itachi's soul ascending. The biggest smile was on his face, tears in his eyes. Sasuke reached up, tears of his own forming. "Goodbye, brother," he whispered. Itachi nodded, his image fading into the sky above. Fatigue and sadness overwhelmed him at last, Sasuke collapsing to the ground. He barely made out Anko and his squad running over to him. "Did you do it?" Anko asked, checking Sasuke over for injuries. Sasuke gave a stiff nod. "The reanimation jutsu has been undone. We now have to regroup with Kakashi and Haku's squad." Anko shook her head. "You need medical attention. We'll bring you to Sakura's camp, which should be the closest. The rest of us will go on ahead while you rest up." Sasuke didn't have the strength to retort, allowing himself to drift into unconsciousness. The last image his mind conjured was Itachi's smile. If you like what you just heard, consider hitting the subscribe button and bell icon to get notified about new videos. If there's a part you've missed, then check out the entire playlist on screen. If you like this story, please share it with your fellow anime lovers. Any support helps a lot. That's all for now. This is Ninja Kai, disappearing in a golden flash.